across the world.
It's always the loading.
This
This
is a decent start.
Nice rivers.
And preparing
Very nice forest here, and we already have a food resource. Get some science. This is definitely not a bad Phoenician start by any mean. Okay, and we're not really being cock-blocked by the ocean here. Otherwise, if you have a lot of ocean tiles, specifically, I don't know why they do this, but you can have a lot of deep ocean tiles near the coast here, which will really block off a region from kind of putting down a harbor, which is extremely, extremely unfortunate, if that ever happens. This is definitely not a bad Phoenician start by any means. Alright, am I hearing myself play back? And we're not really being cock-blocked by the ocean here. Otherwise, if you have a lot of ocean tiles, specifically, I don't know why they do okay, I was... I didn't realize I was actually watching my own stream. Okay, that was that was very confusing. Anyhow, I hope I got that before that became too awkward. Alright, let's end our turn. Yeah, I actually have my... I don't know if there's a more efficient way to do this, if you guys specifically know how to. But, okay, let's see, grab this 5 food. Definitely got a big nerf. But if you guys know how to, like, kind of read... Let's split our tribe. If you know how to, like, go back and read... or have, like, a sidebar or side tool pulled up where you can see the comments, that'd be great. I might have to look that up myself. But for now, I basically just have a YouTube video running in the background. I was hoping it wouldn't play that, but I have a YouTube video just running in the background so I can check the comments from time to time and engage with you guys. Okay, so we have our World of Flame. This basically, it's one of 2 events that kind of gives us a new pop. And I think this guy has a chance of dying. But you know, as the Phoenicians, I do need a few pops to kind of get my harbor set up. And kind of get that research out when I have as many people as soon as possible. So that's, I think, a good idea right there. Let's maximize our efficiency. Grab that food there. Otherwise, I'd kind of have to... This is going to be a bit annoying. I'd have to kind of balance around that. Alright, let's kill this guy. Go over here. Grab that. Alright, hold on. Oh, right. Sorry about that. Unexpected piano player. Okay, so we're going to kill this guy. Unfortunately, I don't think deers have been buffed. So basically what we're going to do now is grab some food, grab some influence. I think they might have added influence to deer kills. And then just try to get our city or first outpost kind of up and running. We do have enough influence, thankfully, from that deer kill and from the science we grabbed earlier to kind of get something going. And then after that, we should have 3 pops on this stack. Actually, we already have that because we killed the deer and got some food, which is even better. So let's go and check this out. We have a ton of river potential. This would be an amazing start as the Harappans, and it'll be even better if we can grab the Kume. So let's just go ahead and put this down here. That's so much food. Oh, that is a lot of food. This will be a very, very good start. That'd be an even better placement, but I kind of like it up on the hill here, and we do need some growth, so got to do it for the aesthetic here. Let's go ahead and melt one of our pops down. Not that we really need it, but let's go ahead and disband a tribe unit, get it into Aladir, and then we should have enough to, I think, probably get our first star through food here. There we go. All right, remind me later. Okay. So after that, I think... Let's go ahead and grab some science. I don't really want to ascend right now. My reasoning for that is because I don't really think it's necessarily the best idea as the Phoenicians. No one's going to choose the Phoenicians first of all. At least not too soon. So it's probably a better idea to grab a few more pops while we're here in the Neolithic era and then just kind of play off that. Since I think we can, yeah, you're so close to getting another pop. After that, we won't deck around too much. But we should be good. Okay, unfortunately we have a snowy start over here. Hopefully we didn't spawn there, or else that would probably be an immediate restart. Okay, not enough to ascend. That's very unfortunate. Okay, grab this, grab that. And okay, I think I'm comfortable with transcending now that we got one more pop and some more influence here. Alright, we also have this. I usually grab Bountiful, but since I have so many, I don't really need unit creation cost. But since I kind of have so many, what is it? I have so much food rather, not so many. So much food, I don't really need the +5 food, do I? But I don't really need -25 domestication. I guess I'll grab Forbid. And then we'll ascend right here. If we can. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab the Phoenicians. Basically, I think the Phoenicians were like one of the few ancient era cultures to get a change, which was extremely disappointing. The Hittites are still dog shit. I just have to be honest with you. They don't even get a cheaper cavalry cost, just flat out light and heavy cavalry costing 25% less. No, it's just strictly on heavy cavalry. And then it looks like the Awari may have actually had a little bit of a buff. I don't remember getting +2 food and +2 industry. But I still think you lose it. I think it definitely got a stealth buff. I don't remember seeing this at all within the patch notes. But it looks like they got +2 food and +2 industry. So I'm not sure if they just added that or what. That's really, really weird. I do not recall it ever having +2 food and +2 industry. Okay. I'm going to go actually and quickly check for some more stealth buffs. Okay, I don't see any here. Did the Olmecs get any? No, I thought they did for a moment. Wait. Did the Olmec head... Okay, the Assyrians didn't get any buffs. Did it already have +3 food? I don't think it did. I want to say it didn't, honestly. I always knew it counted as a farmer's quarter. I don't know if it always had +3 food. I'll have to go back and double check the patch notes. The Egyptians did not get a nerf, I don't think. No, they did not whatsoever. Not from what I can tell. Yeah, always just disgustingly op. These guys definitely did get a nerf. Fertile inundations kind of still keeps them above and beyond everyone else. Canal network still amazing. +2 food per adjacent farmer's quarter isn't really the problem. I think fertile inundations need to be changed. They're just straight food bonuses are very, very boring. Maybe give them some money to kind of reflect their trading networks they had, or give them maybe like some movement bonuses to recon units. The food is just so boring to kind of mess around with. You already get your food from the canal network, so I just kind of dislike how strong that is without being necessarily too interesting. But I want to say the Olmecs got a stealth buffs. The Zhou, did they have anything that changed? No, they were fine. Also, I've noticed the emblematic quarters are also cheaper to build. It used to be -10 stability. I think it's now just -5. The Babylonians didn't get a buff either, did they? I don't think so. So it looks like the Hittites got a small buff. I'm still going to do the Phoenicians. And this is kind of the culture everyone has been talking about. Cheaper fishing and sealing research. That's kind of a joke, just to be honest with you. That's like all they got. I think they may have got a stealth buff to the Byreme, but the big problem is that people want it to be a transport unit, so you can kind of, we don't need boarding vessel. I think it just needs to be something you can immediately kind of move your units into the water to just start sailing immediately and kind of reach smaller islands. It doesn't do that now. You have to hard build it, and people rarely ever hard build it except on heavy naval maps. So it is a bit disappointing. The Haven has also, I don't think, received any changes. No. And then basically the big changes are just the cheaper fishing and sailing research, of which there really isn't too much of an impact from these techs. So let's go ahead and just adopt them anyway. I don't think it'll be too bad on this map. We have a lot of coast to exploit, so hopefully we get some use out of them. And let's go over here. Good farmers, thank you. Gracias. Okay.
The challenges of
I'll let this play.
civilization. It's hard keeping up with the neighbors when they have the wheel, and you.
I never get to watch this cutscene. I always skip it.
Quickly that everyone contributes. If you're terrified of wild animals, you can grow lentils or catch fish. Tribes settle towns. Towns develop markets, and markets begin the exchange of goods, services, and most important, rumors and hearsay.
All right, wonderful. One other thing that really excites me about this update is that everyone has got new scouts and new unit design. It's just kind of amazing how much effort has gone into some of the new unit design. It almost makes you think they already had this stuff brewing before the game release, but they didn't have enough time to put it out. So just great to see. Looks like there's a bear over there. So many just interesting designs for these guys. Alright, looks like we have some favorable terrain over there. For the map, speaking of terrain, we are playing... Ooh, Vinikunka, nice. We are playing with, I think, basically 2 continents. One of them is the New World, so hopefully we get some interesting interactions there. Let's do manual battle. I have the high ground here. You'll attack like a dumb animal from the low ground. This bear clearly didn't watch Revenge of the Sith. Though I have to admit, I do like his UI design. Alright, there we go. Yeah, this is definitely not favorable terrain, though I do like the little peaks here. Okay, and we found another homeless person. So it looks like this tribe has not, since we haven't met anyone, it looks like they haven't actually formed an official city. So I wonder if they're going to plant one down right next to us. If so, that would be very annoying. Space is already quite limited on this map, so I'd have to be fairly aggressive with the territory I kind of claim over here. We're growing rapidly. I think I'll still contribute a scout to the population effort over here. Maybe I'll keep these guys on standby just in case I want to upgrade them to light cav later on. Alright, and I almost forgot to upgrade my city here. Alright, thank you, Sean Bean. Or not Sean Bean. I don't even know the name of this narrator. Since we already have just so much food, I think the first thing we want to do is get some industry here, capitalize on all of the woods around us and the mountains. Zhou wouldn't necessarily be a bad start here either, though I kind of like to prioritize them only when there's like an absolute abundance of mountains. Otherwise, I kind of feel like it's a waste of time. So let's go ahead. We get 1 free tech. There's the new Warriors design. We get 1 free tech. And it looks like Scout Riders even got a new design too, which is very, very nice. So Carpentry would probably be the best decision here for a few reasons. We have so many woods to kind of work with, and we don't have masonry available to us. Some of the other techs kind of prioritize money and food, of which the Phoenicians have plenty of once you get their haven up. And we already have a ton of food. This is more for, city defense is more for if you're going for an early aggression style. So I think carpentry would be kind of the smartest decision to go with here. Okay. We get another pop soon. And we could beeline fishing. I think it's probably better to maybe just go for city defense. We could get Scout Riders too. Masonry's a bit too far off. I think maybe just to stop early aggression, it'd probably be better to go for city defense. And then we can go to fishing, I believe. 24 turns is just a bit too rough, and I don't feel like sacrificing a researcher slot so early into the game. Okay, so now that you're here, kind of explore upward, see what's going on. And you can explore downward to the south. Alright, and you have a few layers to sack. One of the big things I wish, that's kind of on my wish list for the Humankind devs to change, is to make hunting, at least past the ancient era, a bit more reliable in terms of gold. You get some very, very paltry amounts of gold, only like plus 20 from killing things like mammoths, from my experience. So let's grab this. We can probably afford to kill one of these guys. And then I guess we can just immediately chop both of these guys. Yeah, we have so much food, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Alright, since we have this extra guy, let's go ahead and put this into research. Beeline for city defense. Buy out the Maker's Quarter. And this is one of the strongest starts I think I've ever had with the Phoenicians. But it's kind of at the cost of sacrificing an amazing Egyptians or Harappan start. Okay, let's go over here. Do some war crimes. Guess it's not really war crimes if the animals can't really speak or hire attorneys, is it? Alright, nice. Grab some influence for our outpost shenanigans. Okay. Let's go with calendar. Fishing is so close. Let's go grab calendar. It's only one turn. And then after we grab calendar, we'll get fishing. And kind of beeline that. Very, very important. And then pottery workshop will help us further capitalize on that, since you need influence to kind of plant down harbors. So very, very important to kind of get that pottery workshop up. Even more so for the Phoenicians. Alright, who is over here? Alright, it's just the terrain notification. So I do want to start moving. That is bad news. That is extremely bad news. I don't know if I can stop that. I might have to reload my turn. Alright, I don't want to get in early skirmishes with the Phoenicians because I can't really afford that. I might need to move my scouts and park them over there. I didn't even see that. That was poor attention to detail on my part. Maybe as another culture like the Egyptians, I just roll it out and pump out some warriors with land razor and just kill them. But as the Phoenicians, I really have such a weak start since I don't have any land units that I just really need to be very, very careful. Kind of with how I prioritize my things. There we go, instant res. That was a bit risky. So sorry about that. There you go. Alright, so as I said, I think it's maybe a better idea just to park these guys over here. And if no one moves over into our territory, I didn't think they'd just settle that closely and so boldly. But here we are. Okay, let's grab this.
Shelter for those who need it. A place to store food. Pens for the pigs.
Okay.
May not be glorious, but it beats sleeping under trees.
Carpentry later, I guess. Grab pottery.
Let's go.
And now we should be a lot more secure. There we go. Okay, so it should be taking about 70 influence to kind of get back to where we were. So once we get that pottery workshop, we should be more stable. All right, I guess I can set you to auto explore. Auto explore has a few advantages. Namely, these guys know on the map, for whatever reason, where the... Why aren't you using your last turn? Not too sure. Looks like they actually decided to settle over here, which is fine. Anyhow, they usually know where the curiosities are, so it's always a better idea to set these guys to auto explore. And then maybe just keep one guy you're kind of using to exploit the nearby terrain. Okay. Where do we want to put this next? Okay, this is 9. This is plus 10. Let's grab this over here. And then after that, we might go ahead and spend something on like a farmer's quarter. If you want to attack me, I'm perfectly fine with that. Actually, I'm not. Why did you guys say I had a favorable advantage? I don't think I had calculated that I was wounded. Let me actually reload that. That's an annoying game. Alright, no one's actually watching, so it's perfectly fine. Alright, I guess people criticize me in the playbacks. I hate how the game just does not take things like that into consideration. I thought that guy was actually fully healed. I forgot that he was attacked by the bear earlier. Alright, so anyhow, buy this out. Wonderful. There we go. Nope, that was the wrong one. Here we go. Okay. Also not sure really why they're not prioritizing that. Let's retreat. He's probably going to die anyway, so I guess that reset was pointless. There we go. Though we did grab some influence. And this should be enough, right? Yep. So let's go ahead, and I do like production more. So that is very food heavy, isn't it? It might be a better idea to go ahead and put this over here on the cliff. Okay, and now we have 2 territories. Very, very cute. Alright, let's go for fishing. And since these guys have finished building the outpost, we can go ahead and move them later over to... that guy's going to have to die. Move them over to the main capital here. Okay. So let's kill both of them. Okay, one over here. And then we want you in research so we can beeline Haven. How much is that going to shave off? Probably like 9, right? Actually, it shaved off, what was that? Like 10? Actually, I think like 12, so that was pretty impressive. I'm not the best in math, but I think that shaved off like 12 turns. So like 3 more than I anticipated. Science very, very early on is super easy to sway. Since the texts don't cost much, so the margins of how much science they usually cost can be easily kind of pushed around just by like one researcher. I think that's like the mathematical explanation of it. Very, very basic. Okay, let's end our turn. Grab the sanctuary. And yeah, so far I really haven't. This is like really my first hands-on kind of. Okay, who is this? The Harappans. Right there. How's it end? Can we grab something? I think this AI is okay. I thought she'd be a bit more peaceful. She usually tends to be a bit peaceful. She seems to be a bit aggressive though. That is again a bit unfortunate. So let's grab Maker's Quarter. We might have to build up a bit of an army. One thing, though, that I did notice is that it's a lot harder to kind of plan with stability, as the more you cluster districts, kind of the same way that districts clustering gives you better bonuses, it also gives you worse stability, so you have to be very, very mindful of that. It really makes you consider where you place your commons quarters. Okay. We could probably use some food, couldn't we? Let's go ahead and place this down here. And then after that, we have so much production. Okay, let's move you over here. I don't need you right there. We can probably start pumping out some units. I just want to make sure I have a stable base. Okay, I'm not sure why you declined. I have that a lot with the AI. That's kind of a reoccurring theme where the AI will decline my trade offer and then they'll just immediately offer what I just offered. Like, okay, that guy found some curiosities. Like the next turn, which is just really weird. Let's buy that out. There we go. Someone has chosen the Mycenaeans. Surprised they were chosen so late. Either that or I'm just ahead. This is the first time I've been so far ahead in the ancient era. Okay, so it's probably a good idea to get some archers first. And I'll just go with 2. I don't want to completely depopulate my city and put everyone into the draft just yet. Okay, we have Founding Myth. Let's go ahead and grab cheaper faith, or more faith, and then cheaper outpost costs. And that's not even going to, it's only going to be like 40 influence to grab those 2, which are very, very impactful. Okay, and then I think I might shift you over there for the food. Should be okay. Though, you know what? I take that back. I am going to lose you anyway next turn. So let's just go ahead and get this guy out. Get the pain away while we can. Okay, and we just had enough time to research fishing too, which is going to be great. So let's go ahead and get the Kothon, or the Haven here. Too much experience playing the Phoenicians. I guess I'm fine with it being here. Kind of same yields.
I hope the style is pleasing, because it will be around for as long as the
Let's go ahead and get Bountiful for just kind of quickly recap our initially 2 lost population. And then let's also start to get some more outposts out, as the more outposts you have as the Phoenicians, I find the more successful you are. Okay, did we just get Vinikunka and Roraima? Yes, we did, right next to each other. Alright, like within like 3 tiles of each other too. Okay, I guess maybe this is counted as like a different continent, so the chances are much higher, I guess, for them to kind of spawn next to each other. So, just my crackpot theory. Let's go ahead and place you guys over here on a ridge. And these guys aren't necessarily because I want to invade someone. I just want some initial defense. Because the AI, just in general, across all the difficulties I've tested, are a lot more aggressive early on compared to when the player kind of has enough defenses to protect themselves. Oh yeah, everyone has gotten new artwork too. I don't think I'll go for sailing just yet. Not really worth it compared to domestication and city defense. Speaking of which, I probably want to get city defense right now. Buy you out.
They have a certain appeal, the Olmecs.
And after that's done, I think we should probably go for one more piece of food there, or farmer's quarter. All right, who have we met here? All right, we met the Olmecs, so we're gonna see if they actually got a buff. Let's go ahead and propose. All right, they'll probably offer me luxury trading next turn, knowing the AI and how fickle they are. And it looks like we actually started a fair distance from them. So hopefully we can grab some of this territory and kind of make off with it. Alright, speaking of which, though, I do want to start kind of claiming some territory around here. Okay, 7-11. How much is this? 514, 513. This does seem to be the best I have here. So let's move over here. Try to grab that. And I'll just park you over here, and then we can come back after that guy's kind of done. Actually, we can merge you guys, I think, next turn. So that'll be fine. Alright, so see, I told you it happens every time, and she's even pleasant. The AI is just very, very bipolar. Okay, so there have been some changes to the faith here. Did someone just attack us? Who was attacking us? Okay, it looks like it's just a bear. I thought it was an independent people. Okay, you're claiming some territory over there. Anyhow, a bit of a distraction. Basically, polytheism got a buff. It's now +6 faith on the main plaza. However, since no one was really picking shamanism, now it's +2 faith on the main plaza, and then +2 faith on the administrative center. So it has had a bit of a buff, since it was just always so much better to get the original +5 faith on main plazas because you got religion so much faster. So, can we choose the specific religion we want to found? I don't think so. Let's anyhow, since we are kind of short on territories, I think polytheism is probably the better pick. Alright, let's just go ahead and do a manual battle. We don't really have much to kind of choose from here. Let's go with the woods, I guess. Okay, he's not really smart. He's attacking from the lower ground, so I'll go position myself, get the bonus from the higher altitude, and just kind of shoot him to death from the high ground. Didn't do too much damage now, did it? I think we should still be able to kill him with this one archer. Again, they are kind of unfortunately very susceptible to melee units, but we did get them. So we got 10 gold. Again, very, very paltry amount. But I think the bigger prize is being able to put down our outpost here. Okay, and unfortunately, I don't think this has access to the sea. No, it doesn't. Though, speaking of which, go ahead and get that haven down. And let's go ahead and join you over there. Okay. I'm fine with putting you on Auto Explorer. And I actually want to see, I take that back, I want to see what's over here. So if you can, please investigate that. Thank you very much. Alright, you want a non-aggression pact? That is actually excellent. She is pleasant. So she may be deterred a little bit by our archers. I don't know if that's the case, but that is always such a good idea to kind of get your military units out early on. We might even want to claim this region if we can, though I think I'm a bit more focused on the coast at the moment. I don't really need you over here. Let's actually get you out on research, make that a bit faster. So it's already growing quite a bit in terms of food. Alright, there we go. And that haven should be up soon. Okay, we'll fight off this other bear. There must be a lair nearby, because these guys just keep attacking us. And then we might have to force them to attack us from the river. Alright, he's actually attacking us from the outpost over here. Okay, we can't make it up there, but we can get to higher ground. And just hopefully we shoot them to death. Okay, if it's actually going to execute. Have we run into a bug? I might have to reload this turn. Of course, I've already run into a bug. Let's just reload this and then see how we go from here. Oh, I feel like that's going to be a recurring theme of the stream. I've already reloaded, what, like 3 times? Sad and unfortunate. Alright, let's get this over with, buddy. I was almost tempted to retreat. Or he's actually doing the smart thing and attacking from the higher ground. So he didn't really do any damage. I think that's because we're fortified. So, let's shoot you. Little point blank arrow action. Probably not as effective as a shotgun, but should be good. Right, he's actually attacked. This AI is apparently a lot smarter than his cousin that we fought last time. There we go. Alright, but yeah, very, very little reward from kind of defending against that guy. Okay, it seems that there's a lot of food here. This world generation seems to love um, just grass in general. Seems like we got a ton of it. Alright, I'm fine with the non-aggression pact. Speaking of like non-aggression pacts, how strong are we compared to the AI? We're comparable, so okay, that's probably why they're willing to negotiate with us. If they found us to be a little bit weaker, they definitely would not hesitate to try to fight us. So let's actually move you over here. There is a mammoth we could fight for some gold. I do want to see if they've changed the yields to the mammoths after the Neolithic era. Can we fight you? Yes, we can. So hopefully we don't get a shit stomped in. I know they've received a combat buff. Okay, but apparently it hasn't been too significant. I think they were 13 before the patch. Can I see? Okay, he just killed himself on me. So 20 gold. Yeah, again, not too impressive. But I think they were 13. They might be like plus 15 now. Anyhow, let's buy this out. Save us 3 turns. Get an arrow star. We are 3 for 3. And I think we could probably afford to like claim this just right now. Though it is kind of pricey. I think we might just go ahead and do that. Alright, there we go. And then we'll claim this coast next to just kind of get those havens down, since that's my main priority here. Okay, so now you have a lot of food. We just plop down that haven. I think it's a good idea maybe to round out our infrastructure a bit. We could always grab this resource over here. I'll kind of put that to the back of the list. And then also grab a holy site later on. How's our religion doing? It looks like we're converting the Harappans. So thankfully we kind of got our religion off before they could. I find that always happens usually when you go for polytheism as opposed to... it's not monotheism, it's shamanism, right? So let's go for, I think, warriors. Not a bad idea. And then that should help out. Okay. So after that, we'll probably go for some more production bonuses. I don't know if we need to kill this guy. I'm just tempted to, so gotta get some combat gameplay in, however pathetic it is. So we got a big altitude bonus here. Or elevation bonus, I guess. I think altitude is more for when you're actually like flying a plane. But we were just going to get him down to like half health. And then he's just going to kill himself again on our troops there. I kind of feel bad taking them out. Alright, Pleasant, thank you. We don't need religious rights just yet. We are saving everything up. Hopefully, so that we can kind of get another city. We'll have to see if we can. And see how that kind of rolls out from there. The Harappans did not get a bad start at all, by any means. Alright, so where's the best place to put this puppy down? Probably over here. 9-6. 9-9. Probably a better idea to put down there. Okay, so I find these charts in particular, I don't know what the specific name for this biome. I don't know if you can even look it up, but they always just have very, very poor yields compared to like the Stony Mountains biome, I think that's called, or something. And then like the just the bountiful grasslands biome. I think it's maybe this is called a prairie. I'm not too sure, but this one's always kind of the crappy one. So hopefully Haven kind of spices things up, gets things more exciting. Okay, we needed the influence. Thank you. And we'll just make our way on over there. And we also have a wonder too, which provides additional stability. So going to be very useful for kind of racking up. Or starting off our city. Okay, where's the best place to put this? Okay, not necessarily a good region to kind of start in. Okay, we are low on research. I do want to get irrigation, I think. So let's buy out these warriors. You need to be on research. Yeah, that's going to cut that down by like 60%. Okay, let's put you over here. Try to find the best place. I think that's probably the best. There we go. And hopefully we can get that to an outpost before we have to kind of ascend. Okay, so let's move you over here, and then we'll wait until we bring the archers back. Okay, let's put you on. I don't know if we're going to grab this region. I think the Hroppans might get a bit pissy if we do. It's not necessarily a good region by itself anyway, so I think I'll just leave that for them, but in turn, I'll kind of grab some of the regions near the hinterlands up here, just kind of as a trade-off, and I think they'll be okay with that. Alright, here we go. We'll just buy all those guys out. Get the pain over with, and then we'll set you at objects. I'm fine with giving them this region. It's not necessarily a good region. Kind of landlocked. Maybe only good as an attached region, but I find generally, if it's kind of a mix of woods and grasslands, you really have to sacrifice one or the other to kind of get the most out of it. Okay. So now that you're down, maybe we can afford to drop one more outpost over here. Let's hunt this guy. Alright. So I'm actually going to check the combat strength. Okay, it is 13, so I don't know why they said they increased the combat strength. Maybe that's something they said they'd do later on, and they just didn't want to do it for this patch. But I swear they increased the combat strength. So that is a bit weird. I remember it was 13 before the beta I played. Unless I'm just misremembering things. Okay, grab this. Trade everything. Thank you. And, yeah. But so far, this has been one of the best Phoenician starts I've had. I know I might be jinxing myself. But we were able to get the sailing tech early. We were able to kind of start out. And I know since this is kind of a good Phoenician start, it's not too interesting for you guys to watch. But we were able to really start out, kind of capitalize on everything, which is great. So I think with the extra influence, we'll just go ahead and buy some of this stuff over here. At that artisan's quarter, get some money. And that should be good to go. Speaking of which, we also want to grab a territory fairly soon. We don't really want to exploit too much of our woodlands. Woodlands. I don't think we have too much to kind of mess around and build industry on. So I think we do need some more production. Let me just move you to the science. There we go. They keep moving them back to the merchants. I think the AI just automatically consumes scientists. I might consider them the least valuable of the pops here, at least with the ancient era. So I think I'll go for maybe one more industry district. Grab that there, and then after that, we could probably get a holy site down somewhere where it's not too productive. Like here. Always loves to prioritize holy sites and wonders I find over the other districts. It puts it at the top of the queue. So, just got to be mindful of that. Okay, so this deer just loves blocking my path, it seems. So, is there even a good spot for this here? 6-8. 6-5, what is this? 8-3. This is kind of a bad start. I guess we can just pop it down there and always move it later and still get the haven down. So let's go ahead and I think we've already built this. So we have the save the influence up next turn. Okay, I'll counter you. I don't want to get open borders with you just yet. Don't want to claiming all of my territory. And we'll get our haven down here. Alright, +6, not too impressive. Ooh, but we do get +8 and +8 over here, which is very, very good. Very solid. And let's hunt this guy. We haven't taken too much damage. Too bad we can position ourselves up on this plateau and really get some damage kind of rolling out on him. Okay, not bad. 30. But he just does not hold up to our archers. And their magnificent new UI designs. Okay, we got him. Okay, so after that, I think we'll wait for this to kind of upgrade. And then hopefully this gives us some influence so we can kind of spend a bit more freely on our havens. Okay, here are the Mycenaeans.
Enchanted.
Try to get treaty. Okay, they actually were one of the only people that accepted our proposition right off the bat. Grab this Maker's Quarter.
Rapid and dangerous.
Okay.
Hittites. Get ready to hear the sound of
And I think I do
chariots
want to go
when
to the
you visit.
Kume, so I haven't even started thinking about who I want to go for my next culture. Very, very important. Not going to spend that just yet. I want to save up for my Haven. Maybe I can spend on it, actually. I take that back. Let's go ahead and grab that. And then I'll have enough for the Haven next turn.
For both of our
Okay, you don't want to pay me any money for my open borders. I guess it's more of a kind of showing of our friendship. Okay. So
Greetings to the Nubians. Now
let's
there's
get our Haven
something
down here.
A neighbor who may be more interested.
And that should be good for our coastal territories. Since I don't think we can embark just yet until we get trading expeditions. And as we are not a scientist, we can't really research into the next era, unfortunately. Just sad news there, all around. Okay. So we have a very long country. Anyhow, let's go ahead and I think I'll move these guys back. They've already kind of extended way over what I was going to initially send them to do. I just saw my influence and kind of went on a little bit of a spree there. So we do have some civics. I think I'll just go ahead and skip altogether. Let's grab this for the cheaper industry. Getting another city. It's not like I can't build havens on non-cities or just I can't build havens on outposts. I can. So it's not really too worth it. Kind of like with other cultures where you want to build cities so you can build their emblematics as soon as possible. That's one of the big advantages the Phoenicians have. Probably like one of the only big advantages aside from like their new buff for the sailing tech. So yeah. Everything seems to be in order. Okay. So that should be cheaper to build, and we should have just more time to kind of get on top of our game. But yeah, not the sailing, the cheaper sailing cost, I didn't really notice that, I have to say. Didn't really notice it too much. Okay, I did notice that I do say too much, a bit too much. So I'll try to diversify my vocabulary here. On the plus side, we could go for stoneworks or bronze working. Let's get bronze working. I love that new unit design for the spearman or the pikeman. I think it's the spearman. The pikeman is the upgrade. And then try to get some copper out. I think we have, yeah, some sources of copper here, so we could get a few anti-cav. Copper is always very, very important for chariots too.
You intrigue me.
Okay, stop offering me. I don't want to give open borders until I've kind of claimed everything I want. So man, this is a very a very hip city, I guess, or a very happening city. Okay, Biblos, thank you. 2 turns, we will have our first altar. Okay, so since no one's actually watching, I think it's a good idea to go, just make the executive decision probably to go for maybe the Achaemenid Persians. I don't really get the chance to play as the Maya either, but I don't want to go 2 builder cultures in a row. I try to restrict myself to 1 culture affinity per playthrough, though I know it's kind of tempting to overlap sometimes. So, the Achaemenid Persians aren't bad. They are probably one of the best, as they have additional city cap, increased influence from the Satrap's Palace. They have money, of which we kind of already have money. And then the Romans, I think, also had a buff. They get cheaper tech costs on Imperial Power, which is interesting. Not too useful. I think it'd be better if they just got a free tech when you went as them. The Axumites, we don't really care. We are merchant. The Greeks could be very, very consistent, especially to get sailing out earlier. I did not consider them. We don't really need the Celts. We're pretty populated. The Goths are dog shit. The Huns had a recent nerf. So I could go as the Greeks. Kind of tempted. Who do I play as more? The Greeks or the Persians? I guess since I really haven't, I still have a city cap up. I could go with the Greeks. I don't really need that additional city cap from the Persians, do I? I think the Greeks are okay. Alright, there we go. Retreat there. Oh, and look at those rivers.
New ideas lead to new strategies.
Alright, so now that that holy site's so close to being finished, looks like we met the last players. Right, the Nubians. And...
Are you interested?
okay, you just sent me another proposal. Who was the other person we met?
And you are.
I think that's actually all of them. Interesting. So, where's that scout? And they actually changed their unit color, too. They have red hair. Interesting. I don't know how that happens. Anyhow, I think I actually need to send these guys back real quick to kind of claim this territory here. And then after that, I'll kind of take a break from my settling spree. Okay, those guys chased us down, unfortunately. Aggressive, independent people are very, very annoying to deal with. They just do not let up.
Devotion,
Alright, there we go for
respect,
stability.
authority. Good.
And then hopefully I can grab this city in a short time. Okay, I should have a few pops to kind of work off with. But the real power with the Greeks is their amphitheatron, I think is pronounced. And you get +3 science per era, which is huge. Which means, considering you build, you have what, 3 Greek cities from the classical era. And I think there's 6 eras in total. That's about, what, 18 science per era? That's just for one, I think. Right? 3, 6, 9, 12. I think that's at least like 18 science per one city. So that's potentially like well above 40 science for all 3 cities just from that bonus alone. And then it also counts as a research quarter too. And then I think it's 18, assuming you have 3 cities and you have all of these placed down, you could get 18 influence in total, which really isn't that bad. So very, very nice. Okay, +9. This is probably a good spot to place down our amphitheatron. There we go. My Greek is not too good. For the beliefs here, I think we'll probably grab the +2 food on coastal waters. +2 stab on rivers, not too bad, but our northern territories kind of lack rivers. Interesting how reject luxury gets more money on luxuries. I wonder how that works. So that should be okay. Oh, we can also change. Let me just do this real quick. I think we will go with like Shintoism and get that cool holy site there. So let's go ahead and get respect the seas bounties, get the additional food on coastal waters, and then I think we'll get a cute little Shinto shrine too. Very, very nice. Okay. So who is the first city? I think we want to turn this into a Greek city after we build up enough influence. Let's also grab religious tolerance real quick. I think they nerfed it a bit. It used to be like +3. It's now +2, I believe. Buy out this amphitheatron. Get that immediate +14 science, and we should be zooming along. Let's allocate you over here. And then I think that should be okay. Let's get this over here with the pearls. And after that, we'll probably invest in one more food or farmer's quarter there. Alrighty. So, where's our, here they are. Hopefully we can make it in time. Okay, he's gonna kill our scout. That's unfortunate. So now let's go ahead and just immediately drop this outpost here. I can always move it later on. And then I think we're fine with our just bulk set of territories here. We've kind of consolidated fairly well. Buy out this artisan's quarter. And the money we're getting from the haven should just kind of support us and prop us up to reposition ourselves for the Kume when we get there. And then kind of find our early emblematic units as the Greeks. Yeah, +51 per turn. We're getting a lot of our influence from, I think, religious tolerance it is. Open-minded, which grants us +2 influence, or +3 actually, they didn't change it. +3 influence, my eyes are like malfunctioning. On territories, if territories follow the state religion, and we have like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, territories following our state religion. And it also considers other territories, so we're getting tons from that too. So we're getting like plus 25 influence from that alone, which is crazy just to think about. Okay, so maybe I'll park these guys out here to immediately kind of claim this island over here. And then we should have this become a city like in the next turn. We also need better production too. So maybe we can get something like the woodlands. I wish it would showcase how much industry you get from this. That would be a huge quality of life improvement, which I'm surprised they haven't taken already. Let's put one more guy in production. Actually, that doesn't make a difference. Never mind. Alright, so let's evolve this city. Our second city of Atheni. And then we should probably... I don't want to get an amphitheatron down too soon. I think... probably a good idea maybe to get our farmer's quarter down there. And then... kind of curious it's only starting at 80 stability there. And then what? Maybe a maker's quarter. There we go. So that should be good. And they're already starting at like 8 pops, which is amazing. Okay, hoplites. Swordsman. Grab that farmer's quarter.
For one city. Somebody is going down in history with the title of the Satiated.
Okay, we don't need leadership, I don't think, right now. So I'll kind of take a pause on that. Okay. And yeah, we should be fine here. Okay. So I'm surprised she hasn't actually taken this territory over here. She's actually become the Celts, and I think she's prioritizing her, like, just one big agrarian megacity. And one of the reasons you'll notice she attached all of her outposts. One of the reasons I don't do that is just because attaching outposts is just so strong. I find that like doing it just automatically kind of ensures you're going to win the game. So I just kind of try to stray away from that. So hopefully we can get a wonder next turn and maybe just kind of play around with the idea of that. Let's go grab Bear Not Fault with False Witness. That is just such a good tenet, and it's going to give us a +5 to our amphitheatron, which now is producing 19 science. Very, very good. So that did give us a big... let's get masonry right now. That did give us the wood... what is it? Not the wood shop. The lumberyard gave us a big boost to our production there. Let's buy that out and also claim a wonder. I think we'll get... let's go for Mausoleum. I do want the +2 science, if I can actually click on it. And that should give us some amazing buffs there. Okay, they did not get nerfed either.
For both of our aspirations.
Yeah, finally, sure map. She definitely wants an alliance. I don't know if I'll be willing to do an alliance, but this is essentially the known world, a fairly boring continent in terms of its actual shape. Okay, so not too interesting. Though it looks like they have some islands to the north over here. And who's actually doing the best? Okay, it looks like the Olmecs over here with their one big mega city. Okay, and then they have a little outpost over here of Leventa with a snowy little shithole over to the north. Okay, I kind of feel bad for the Mycenaeans, though. I guess I'll just let them have this over here. Very, very nice territory. I think there's even a wonder over here, too. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. How good is this? +7? +6? Let's just go ahead and preemptively drop the amphitheatron there. And then after that, let's go get the pottery workshop and then get some stability just in case, as a way to kind of plan for the future there. Just speaking from past experience, I find if you don't prioritize stability, you will get kicked in the ass, especially with this patch. Okay, I guess I don't really need sailing, do I? The Byreme is just such a paltry unit. You don't really need to get it. I will get wheel for the increased movement speed since we have such a long territory. And I also will invest in, I think, some of these resources over here. Do love my mines. Okay, I guess the stoneworks. We're just producing so much money. Thanks to our havens. Already got our first Aerostar. Okay, so I think we'll buy out this Amphitheatron. And after that's done, we might want to surround it and start getting our bonuses as it gets stronger, the more you kind of surround it with districts. So let's just go ahead and do that. Kind of be the focus and the core of our city. And then after we kind of complete that, thank you for the non-aggression pact, the Maya. Oh, they're actually in last place. That's not going to stop them for long, though. Their Kuna are insane. I think they have like faith from them too, which ensures that they do have a strong religion kind of going forward if they bother to have a religion. Is this an independent people? Alright, I'll fight these guys off. Put our kind of units to the test. I always want to make sure your archers are kind of to the back, so the chariots especially don't really take too big of an advantage of them. Okay, so let's go and shoot you here. And then I want to focus everyone on the chariots, soften them up with the archers, and then I'm not going to attack this guy in the hill. That's kind of like suicidal. I think it's much better to have him defend in the forest here. I also find it strange that horses don't seem to get a combat debuff. That was stupid to attack from that territory. You could have got the positioning bonus. Anyhow, I find it weird that horses specifically don't get a debuff from attacking to the forests. It's only archers that kind of get a debuff, which is very, very odd to think about. Okay, I was thinking I could back up. I'm not sure if I would be able to shoot him though from that higher terrain. Can I kill this guy here? Oh, we actually got him there. Okay. So that was bloodier than I thought. They did quite a bit of damage to our units. They took us off guard. Okay. And we have an envious eye. Your deeds are legendary. I rarely get this event. So my deeds are legendary despite the fact that I'm in 4th place. Most curious. I guess I was the first to kind of reach the classical era, though. Let's get overproductive, get imitate. And we do have science mode. We could beeline for some science techs here. Not that I really need it. My techs are already so cheap. So I think I might actually skip out on science mode and save my influence. Or collective minds. Save my influence for what? For another city. Just in case. Okay, so already on a 3rd tenant. We must have converted like almost everyone. What do we want now? Since everyone seems to be friendly, I guess we could go with plus 20 science, though we are just so strong. We could even change our religion with our science right now. I think it's probably just better to maybe go for proselytize daily, max out our commons quarter, or actually go for purge idleness. Let's grab purge idleness. And then that's not going to be too strong later on, but it's just going to help us a lot as we are right now. And then you can see this is kind of stacking. Since this is adjacent to 2 quarters, it is getting a bit of a debuff there. And then as a trade-off, the initial quarters start out at -5. So that's kind of interesting. Let's go put this over here. And I'll go prioritize the Maker's Quarter first. And you can also help with this, I guess. And then after that, we should probably go ahead and start pumping out some pikemen or some hoplites. And that should be good to go. Okay. But I can't wait until we actually get to the new world. It should be interesting to see just where things are with the positioning with the continents, how the kind of outline of the continents vary. Let's upgrade these guys. And then whether or not independent people have actually kind of settled there. I think they usually don't. But as we settle there, it'll be kind of curious to see and watch independent people settling patterns, I guess. Let's grab Trade Expos so we can actually colonize this over here. And let's grab some more resources before anyone actually buys them out. Because that's what merchants can do, actually. Let's grab this. Grab this. Okay, and this. And then we should be really, really solid with money. Not that we aren't already. We're getting like plus 159 per turn, which at the classical era, considering we were like starting as the Phoenicians, is really, really just very, very. I'm trying to find a new word. It's very inspiring, I guess you could say. Let's buy this out. Gonna be what, 19 science now, and then we're so close to the Great Tory being built, which is going to grant us a ton of stability here. So, as soon as my computer finishes. Alright, there we go. I actually haven't placed this down before. It seems very, very naturalistic, I guess you could say. Not too much going on in terms of actual buildings being placed around the center of the holy site. But kind of cool to watch. Nice little water features. And what do we want here? Speaking of water features, I guess irrigation's not bad. This is a big city of 12 pops. And then palisades for some defense. We're not low on stability, so I don't care too much. After that, I don't know if we're going to build mausoleum just yet. I think I'll grab some hoplites. And interesting scout rider design there. And then get some archers to kind of round them out. There we go. It wasn't letting me click there for a minute. Okay. Interesting how the architecture for the cities on the rivers change as you get flood irrigation. They kind of get, I don't know what it is. They kind of get upgraded, I guess. Grab writing. And now that we have foreign outposts, we can do something interesting, finally. We can go ahead and embark. And then, thankfully, since there's no ocean, it's going to be fairly easy to kind of get over to this little island. And then, God willing, we can actually place an outpost down there. That'll take the open borders. Okay, she actually did finally claim that. I kind of felt bad for her for a moment. Yeah, she is one place below me. Right, this event always seems to go wrong. Let's go ahead and get sacrifice. I find usually if there's a bad outcome, it's always in that event because you get like a huge minus 50 stability debuff for like 3 turns if that event goes wrong, and it usually does. Let's grab some walls. Kind of crazy that we haven't had walls yet. And then that should help us kind of fortify. Okay, move over here. The coral reef is going to block us a bit. Philosophy. Funny that we have a research quarter down is the Greeks, but we're going to have to still learn how to pump out a research quarter. Since the amphitheatron counts as one, so hopefully that doesn't sound too confusing. Anyhow, I'll try to stop rambling. Where's a good spot for our outpost here? 610. It would be quite the stunning vista, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's probably actually the best spot there. Let's move you over to the amphitheatron. Kind of a placeholder. So we can buy these guys out.
With a first shift, you can protect your interests far
go, and then wait for that guy.
and maybe redefine what those
And then we should be
interests are.
solid. Alright, since we have enough influence to do it, I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the city over here. The city of Montuno. And I think we just got an expansion of star too, which they have actually changed. I do want to see it. Yeah, they made it a lot easier to get expansion of stars. It's actually scaling with the map size now, so very, very great to see the devs just kind of addressing those changes there. Also CRD, we've discovered a few wonders about a holy site. Got Vinikunka, we've also found Roraima. Looks like everyone else has found Kawa Ijain, however we have not. Okay, we need to build a wonder too. Speaking of luxuries though, I just saw Smorgasbord. It's probably a good idea to start trading too. Kind of neglecting that. What is this? +1 industry per worker. Let's go and get, what was it, marble? Okay, that'll be pretty good since we have some fairly high pop cities. That's going to be pricey, but I'll take it. That'll give us a big industry buff here.
It must be true that money has no borders.
So after that's kind of all said and done, let's go ahead and get Mausoleum if we can. And then get that archer out. And then I guess we'll have Mausoleum on in the background. Okay. 3, 6. Let's go ahead and just plop down the Amphitheatron. Move over here. I'm not concerned about science and money in the city as of yet. Buy that out. Just want to make sure I'm getting my emblematic quarters produced before we move on, because we are rapidly going to the next era. What are you at? You're actually the Hittites. We're gonna be far and away, just really ahead on the. How much is this? Okay, that's actually really good. I'm gonna say we were gonna get the ancient era very, very quickly. I mean, the medieval era very quickly. If we were still in the ancient era, we'd have a lot of problems. So this is going to be how many turns? 36. We can shave off quite a bit. Probably smart to get a Maker's Quarter out fast, though. So before we do that, let's get a Maker's Quarter out. Let's get it 2 out, actually. And then we'll kind of cap off our Amphitheatron there. Okay, so we have that there. That should be fine. I'll park these guys over here. Knowledge authorities, thank you. Let's get hydrology. And then I can't wait to try the Kume and just kind of see if we can go bonkers with their berets. Okay. So, are you building your farmer's quarters like a good boy? Alright, you are. Thank you. And then we also can cap this site off here. Okay, I'll just do the research quarter there. I don't think this has the lumberyard yet to kind of maximize our efficiency. No, it doesn't. Let's go ahead and get that real quick, too. Grab that. I don't think we need masonry. Probably should grab palisades. How much is it going to boost us? So 68 now, 76, almost a plus 10. That's plus 8 production. And then, do we have any copper here? No, we don't. So the next best industry option would be plus 2 industry on river, which is going to be huge for us. And that should be solid. Okay, 1 arrow star away from the Kume, and then we can kind of get to business with completely breaking this game and mind raping the AI, so to say, just with how much insane production, food, and everything we get from the beret. And that'll synergize really well kind of with our science, as we can kind of rush. I think the Don Vigaha, too, if we want to go for a sweep. Don Vigaha, amazing elephants. Six. I guess we could get a market quarter here. We don't really have any of them aside from the haven, since they technically count as market quarters. So what do we need for the last Aerostar? Science. Okay, we'll get that fairly soon. As the Greeks, we might get influence first. You just pump out tons of science. So I think that's pretty clear. Let's get learning, since we don't have enough science, obviously. We also have another religion tenant. We're already at 4. Holy crap. Let's get raised monuments. Again, we don't have enough science. We're just starved for science here. And we can enter the new era as the Kume. That's how you do it, baby. So I think we definitely want the Kume. They have some... I think they've been one of the few medieval era cultures to have a change. The other one being the Franks. And the Franks had a change where their scriptorium was made to be a bit weaker, which, like, literally no one. I've talked to everyone that plays Humankind. Literally everyone. All of them said they did not ask for this. So I found no one that has asked for this whatsoever. But the devs decided anyway to nerf the scriptorium, which is kind of weird because the Franks were one of the mediocre cultures of the medieval era, I found. The scriptorium was like one of the few things holding them up, and then their unique unit was pretty good too, since they have heavy charge. The unique unit's probably the best part, but it does come a bit late, I find. So nerfing the scriptorium, kind of a weird choice on the devs' part. Not sure why, but they made it harder to kind of rack up your influence. So really weird decision, devs. Now you have to pair it with all of the research quarters, which I guess everyone was doing. But it makes it less fun to play with, so thank you, devs. And yeah, we'll go with the Kume. They nerfed their population bonus. It's still fine because Servants of Magnificence is still amazing. And now they actually have an insane bonus to rivers. +2 industry per workers per adjacent river. I thought it was +4. They might have actually just changed it. And then they have the amazing Danvigaha, which just makes God its slave. It's just so amazing. It can move and shoot. It has 42 combat strength. You're riding elephants and you have a giant crossbow. What is there not to like? I even think the narrator mentions it. So we'll, of course, be playing the Chad Kume here.
For innovation and brute strength, the Khmer present you with sophisticated hydraulic
Yeah, sophisticated
engineering
elephants. That's
and
damn right.
ballista
Discount Sean Bean. So let's just see how insane this gets. Okay, that's actually not too crazy. This doesn't have too many rivers right here. So that's actually not too bad. However, I think if we go over here, yeah, that's a bit better. The Bray does put in a bit more work. I thought it'd be a bit more crazy. 512. Okay. I thought it'd be a bit more out of control, actually. That's very interesting. Okay, let's go plop this down here. 10-8. Still not a bad quarter to kind of get our start up, though. I think it'll be a bit crazier once we get river irrigation, though. So I'll have to see how that kind of rolls out. That's probably why the buffs aren't as crazy yet. I do need to get my artificial reservoirs kind of going, so that might change things. But I think I'll take a break here. I don't even think I've had like one viewer this stream. No, I've only had like 15 playbacks, and it's been like an average of 16 seconds per watch time, so it hasn't been too impressive. However, I hope the stream was interesting. I tried to show off the Phoenicians buffs. We didn't really get into a big war or anything, so it wasn't the most exciting stream, but we did just take the time to show off what matters, and that is just the Phoenicians. I think we've learned just did not receive any significant buffs, so very disappointing. But yeah, I guess that's just about it. So did we already build a beret? No, we haven't. Yeah, 11-10. There we go. So a bit disappointing there, but I guess that's just how it rolls. So hopefully we get some more meaningful balance changes later on. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this stream and you somehow made it to the end, or you just clicked to the end, whatever works, man. It's just I'm fine with what was I even saying? If you like the stream, I have other Humankind videos. So if you like that kind of stuff, feel free to go ahead and check out the catalog. Otherwise, this has been 4 Extraordinaire, and can I not attach my... Oh, whoa. Does this have to be built on rivers now? I was going to say, I can't build a beret over here. That is a bit strange. Very, very odd. Have they always had to be built on rivers? Anyhow, I guess I'll just proceed from here on out, and I'll have to test the beret a little bit later. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been 4 Extraordinaire. I hope you enjoyed the video, as always. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys later. All right. Love you guys. Peace.